I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review and installation of the RedRock 4x4 non-locking fuel door, available in the stainless steel finish that you see here and also in black, and fitting all 2007 and up JKs. Today we're going to talk through the installation of this fuel door, which I am going to give a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches. This does require threading a couple of self-tapping screws into the factory plastic trim around your fuel fill cap, and those holes are going to be there forever, so this is something that will require permanent modification to your Jeep. However, the installation is still very simple, so again, 1 out of 3 wrenches for this. We're also going to talk through the construction and a few of the other features of this fuel door. This is for those of you who are looking to finish off the look of the side of your Jeep a little bit. Some of you don't like the exposed fuel filler cap of the factory Jeep, so a fuel door is a nice way to smooth the look of the side of the Jeep and again, just make it look a little bit more finished. Now, there are locking and non-locking fuel door covers on the market. Of course, this is a non-locking fuel door. Some of you would say that having to provide the key to the gas station attendant or have the key on hand every time you fill your Jeep up is more of a pain than it's worth, while others will say that keeping the fuel safe if you're in an area where there's a chance that somebody might siphon it is a great idea. So again, it comes down to what you're looking for your Jeep. The non-locking, of course, has a little bit less hardware, so it is going to be a little bit less expensive while still finishing off the look of the Jeep. Now, when you compare this to other non-locking fuel doors on the market, this is going to be a little bit less expensive, and it doesn't have quite the fit and finish of some of those other brands. If you really like the way that this one looks, it's absolutely going to do the job of finishing the look of your Jeep. However, if you want something that feels a little bit more substantial in your hand, that has a little bit more fit and finish, there are some other brands like Rugged Ridge and Barricade that also offer these for a few more dollars that, in my opinion, are built a little bit more substantially. As far as construction goes, this is a stainless steel fuel door cover that is polished, but of course the black version is available as well. The black is going to be a little bit less expensive than this polished version, just because of the materials and the polishing process that goes into it. Now, these rivets that you see along the outside aren't actually rivets, they are just stamp marks in the material. This does have a couple of magnets that help to hold the fuel door closed, and it does come with the hardware that you need to get it installed. However, these edges here are just 90-degree edges. They're not going to be a chamfered like some of the other versions on the market. Again, just not quite the high level of fit and finish of some of the other fuel doors on the market. However, again, those are going to be more expensive. So if you're on the budget or you just like the look of this one, nothing wrong with it. But if you are looking for something a little bit higher grade, those options are available for a few more dollars as well. So to get this installed in your Jeep is going to be a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench installation. All you need to do is set the fuel door over the existing plastic trim that's on your Jeep and make sure that it's good and level. Once that's the case, you can open the door, take the included screws and a Phillips head screwdriver or a screw gun with a Phillips head tip and drive the screw through the hole in your fuel door into your plastic surround that's on your Jeep. There's no need to pre-drill these. The screws are designed so if you just give them a little bit of pressure, they will start into the plastic and pull through just fine. And that's really all there is to the installation. As I said, it's a very simple installation. However, it does require a technically permanent modification to your Jeep. So if that's something you're comfortable with, this is going to be a really nice option. I will say that most of the other fuel door options on the market do install in a similar fashion. So if you want a fuel door cover, you're going to end up with those holes in your plastic fuel fill surround. That's not unique to just this item here. So again, if you want this, you're gonna end up with those holes. It's just part of the installation. The installation of this unit itself will take you less than half an hour to complete, and you won't need any specialty tools, just a Phillips head screwdriver. But like I said before, if you have a screw gun with a Phillips head tip, it will speed this along even further. I mentioned before that this doesn't have quite the fit and finish of some of the more expensive fuel filler covers on the market. So if you're okay with that, if you like this, the way this looks, if this fits into your budget, it's going to be a great option for you. If you do want a little bit more fit and finish and you have a couple more dollars to spend, some of the other versions from some of the other brands on the market will provide you with that. So if you're one of the people who thinks that the exposed fuel filler cap on your JK lends to an unfinished look, then a fuel door cover like this is a really nice option. This one might not have quite the fit and finish level of some of the more expensive options on the market. However, it is less expensive and it'll do the job. So that's my review of the RedRock 4x4 non-locking fuel door fitting all 2007 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.